Hey everyone, welcome back into my, I guess, private space. Yeah, I know the ambience is a little darker than normal. I kind of like it. For me, it makes it a little bit more intimate and doesn't make me all hyper, wanting to like be all extroverted and just be calm and simple and easy and just allow, let go, surrender, and trust what's happening. And I like being in that vibration. It helps calm my nervous system. It helps me to stay in peace. There's just so much happening out there, which means is there's a lot happening in here, right? And so today I wanted to share with y'all, give you an update actually on my health, which I think is a big part of my story, and share a little bit about my family. My dad is about to turn 90 on Sunday, and then what else emerges. But I'd appreciate any feedback should you watch any duration of what I'm sharing. Some thoughts about what I could share, focus on. Any feedback that you may have would be helpful. I'm hoping to make it interactive at some point, and my intention right now is just to show up and be in this space that I want to create. Not necessarily doing what others do in a studio with bright lights and beautiful backgrounds. And I love all that. It's a lot for me and it's not simple and easy. So if my intention is to keep things simple and easy, this is my simple and easy. So with that being said, I feel like I want to open up with a prayer. Mm. Father God, Mother, Infinite Creator, I surrender and yield to the Spirit that I get to be a vessel through, to impart, to become, to be able to listen and to respond in that vibration of unconditionality, of acceptance, the depth of love. And because I declare that, I do know that I will be challenged to the idea of having to practice it. I love that I don't need to be perfect, but I am so open to be perfected. Allow what I have been shaped to do to have its own essence and authenticity that I don't have to keep explaining, but I could just be. I choose to pray in the name of Christ. And so it is. Aho, Selah, Amen. Ooh. Oh, I don't know. I'm a little off here. How y'all doing? And I have like a, that's what I use for my tissue. I should just have tissue, but oh well. Um, so I wanted to give you guys an update on what's happening in my health. It has been for quite some time now, a big piece of my existence, the surviving and the resilience of it all. And many times I was stuck in the victimness of it. I got attention. And I don't think I stayed sick for that, but I did know that it was a point of leverage to feel some form of comfort. And I would say that's the shadow side. And then I know that. um, what I choose to do is look upon, rather than swimming and wading in the pools of regret, right? Of like I coulda, woulda, shoulda. I was stronger. Why didn't I? Is to just allow the truth of it all to be okay. In that this was every step that was ordered for me to remember who I am. So, consciousness, Christ consciousness, the regret of could have, should have, and would have. Two, this is supposed to be. It was my path. It's what I wanted. And in that middle, I find peace, acceptance, and love. So, um, those of you who have heard me, talk about my ailments and my conditions, bear with me. For those who are getting to know me, I'm not going to go into a lot of story of how it all came about, but the conditions did start when I had a detached retina in my left eye. It just so happened that I had subsequent um, surgeries 7 times, so a total of 8 of them that resulted in a damaged optic nerve. So I lost the ability to see in my left eye. But I don't think it stunted my vision, you know? And yeah, shortly after, I want to say 4 months after that, it was in November, I lost it. De- December, January, February, March, April, 5 months. 5 months after that, I learned I was in kidney failure. And I was told, you need to go on dialysis or that's it. And I was traveling from coast to coast in my professional job. And so I opted to do the modality I could do at home. And so being attached to a machine for 8 to 10 hours a day, every day. And so I did that for 3.5 years, went on dialysis, and in the midst of it, had some beautiful humans who um, wanted to contribute to my life and be a donor. And for whatever reason, they didn't work out. And then I took a leave of absence. And finally, on September the 27th, the day after my birthday, 2017, I received a call from the Mayo Clinic and got a transplanted kidney. When I came out of surgery, I did have a heart attack. So I had two things happening at once, which required me to stay in the hospital for almost a month. My beautiful, beautiful best friend, Dawn King, I love you so much. She came out and was my caretaker. A week out of the hospital, though, my ex-wife Nancy took care of me very lovingly, and I appreciate that. And then Dawn took over for about three more weeks. So thank you, Dawn. You really saved my life. Um, I returned back to work, and when I went back to work, I learned that I was laid off from a company that was there for 27 years. So all these subsequent things happening added to all of the things that were happening in my body. So I had, AFib in my heart. So I had open heart surgery in 2014 and continued to have stents placed because I didn't take care of myself. I have impact to my ears, my eyes, of course, and then severe neuropathy. So I now have what they call a AFO. It's a brace that I wear. I have it for both legs, but I just wear it on my right. I do have mobility issues. I walk with a cane and a walker, and it's been a big part of my acceptance. The regret, the shame of, man, I had so much time. Um, so it's fighting with that. And then hearing and seeing people who are coming with these great stories of victory and just do this and forget about the past and blah blah blah, and going, shame, shame, shame. That's what happened. Um, Also, it was really, really tough on my confidence to know that I was vibrant. And I knew that when I walked in a room, I was going to contribute something. I was going to impart something valuable so people could walk away enriched. And I didn't feel I could do that anymore. So that kept on like punching at my confidence, and I started to get anxiety in social settings. I hid it really, really well. But when you hide it so well, where is it going to go except the body? And so addiction to sugar, addiction to, carbs, to unhealthy foods added to everything. The incessant people wanting to help, me trying every program, all spinning the wheels of it all, continue to see my body deteriorate. I mean, I've been violent with it. So now, in terms of this journey that I've been on, look at it and going, damn, I have a strong body, you know, and I'm regaining my strength, um, and getting milestones, progress. Um, I don't like to say that things are hard. I like to really focus in that it's unfamiliar to have this form of consistency and discipline, knowing that my past has shown that I fall short. So all I know is I have one step more a day. That's all I got. And now knowing that I was the cause of it all, not the blame, but the cause. Because here's what I learned, that we are no longer under the law of cause and effect. Because when we know who we are, we become the cause in the matter. So I'm not sick because something happened to me. Now I know who I am. I get to be the cause of what happens. It's the power that we have. So with that being said, I mean, I don't look that bad on on camera from here up. But if I was to walk, and that's why I strategically place the camera when I do, when I'm shooting myself. And I'll get more comfortable getting in front. It's not a big deal. It's vanity, ego, super aware of that. But this does give me more trust in myself by showing up, being with you guys. So thanks for being here. I mean, you're really just witnessing me in my truth. Um, I've been accepted into this program almost a year now. It's the PACE program in San Diego. Absolutely a godsend. And it's an all inclusive program. I'm going to say it out loud, but for seniors, for seniors 55 and over is what they consider seniors. So I'm like, it's all right. And all I can say though is that the people there are freaking incredible. All of my caretakers, they meet on my behalf as a team and speak to each other. And they have provided me with, tools and programs and things to enhance my living. So it's really been a godsend. And I also saw how judgmental I was, like, going into what they call the day center and looking at everyone, and I'm seeing, look at all these old folks. I'm thinking, oh my God, what? I may be young at heart, but who am I to judge these folks, And just begin to connect with them and have a good time. And they, it was like going to like preschool. It was like they had arts and crafts, whiteboards, and everything. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let my ego down so I can be in the moment. And I started doing word puzzles and coloring, and it had me stop in my tracks to say, what is wrong with this? It's beautiful because I would have stopped to color a fucking pumpkin for Halloween and look at it and go, I did that. Hmm. I made a snowflake during the Christmas time, cutting things out, and was having fun. It was like, oh, this is a trip I want to see. And it's in the wonder of that I start to realize if I was so busy trying to make it, try to keep up with the Joneses. I wouldn't be in the magic of these moments with other humans. So, because I have a great team, I have a great support system. All that's missing is my showing up and taking action. So, I have entered into this 18-week cardiac rehabilitation program. I'm not sure if I mentioned it the other day, but where oh my gosh, I mean, I get supervision, and while I'm exercising, there's actually a heart monitor. I have goals set in terms of body fat and muscle mass, and it's great because now I know where I'm going and having support along the way. And the equipment is, made for those that have mobility issues. So incredible, you guys, absolutely incredible. I'm really thankful. Um, let's see, and then so that's an update. I'm doing better. I mean, I'm not fully functional. I had to put my feet up during the day, and there's a lot of things I had to adjust to and come to terms with. So, in the acceptance of it all, I am also open to the miraculous manifestation of the healing that's already there for me. I'm okay with any of it. you know, Peace. All right. So, let me just transition to my family. Um, in fact, wow, what time is it? I'm going to be meeting with my girls here shortly. We have Zoom family night. My girls are in another state, and I miss them so much. I mean, we communicate every day, but I just mm, when I see myself in them, and they get to see themselves in me. There's just a connection that is hard to describe, and knowing that they're really not mine, they are their own individuals. They chose me as their dad, and I don't want to go into all that, but that is my belief. And these kids were the reflection of my love and what I needed to be healed. So when I get an opportunity to speak to parents who are interested in seeing the relationship between themselves and their children, and now I get to come from my lived experience of understanding what conscious parenting is, and having the courage to say, how was I parented, and did my parents have the models that I expected them to have? Well, of course not. The idea of breaking generational trauma was meant for me. And so, of course, now I look upon my life to say, oh, I get it. That was the muscle building. That was the endurance. I become the master now, right? Of taking a look at these false things in my life, looking at them and having the courage to go, I did that. I said that. I hurt who? And to stare at it and to look at it and not look away and to feel that, that's when you know that the wisdom now earned because you felt it at the depth of it. And it's not a one time deal. So that's why I get skeptical when all the lalas and the lulus and all that, they show the beautifulness of spirituality. But when I want to speak about, let's get to the guts of what the spirit brings us to, which is the truth, they don't want to hear it. I need to continue to work on that because I was there myself. But in that magic, you guys, my daughters and I, oh my gosh, the connections there, super vulnerable. And for me, at least from my part, to face that generational trauma in the face, I chose to let them learn about the trauma. So I opened up the closet. And I brought everything out in detail so they would know that this is what they don't have to suffer with anymore because it's exposed. Because the unexposed is the unhealed. If you want to cover it and cover it, I'm not saying go public, bring it to yourself. Because even to myself, what I had to face was the most grueling pain, yet the most freeing feeling. At the same time, Christ, consciousness, the awareness of what is, the accepting of all. It's all holy. It's all good. Mm, mm. So the girls thanked me. And I remember I was telling them stories, and I told them another thing this last couple of days, I think. And at one point, I was so into sharing the story that I looked up and, oh, my girls, they're going, yeah, we'll meet you. Yeah, okay, I'm going to meet with them soon. Um, oh, you guys, I don't know. Just this is nothing like I thought freedom would be like. And now I get to really, really feel the vibration and visualize and see. Mm, the vision of the future. We perish with lack of vision. Mm. And all I know is that it's embedded in what Jesus said. The greatest commandment is to love thy Lord God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your strength. And the second is like it, to love your neighbor as yourself. That's it. That's it. So if there are some people who want to argue with me about doctrine and dogma and blah blah blah, no. Let me see the fruit of your beliefs and let's have a conversation. I'm not trying to change what you believe. I'm not expecting you to do the same with me. But if we can move towards an understanding and make it come inward, that's what it's all about. I think we all want the same thing in the middle. But based upon our upbringing, our perspectives, and all those types of things, we go about it a little bit different. But if that's the work that we got to do, and we can't even do it in our own backyard, how do we expect everybody else to conform to make sure my life is okay? Stop the war, please. It's giving me stress. Anyway, um, let me see. Oh, I've gone longer than I had hoped to, but I said a prayer just to let it flow. I will say this last part about my family, and I'm talking about my immediate family. I had shared with you that I'm back in San Diego, and I reside with my father, who turns 90 on Sunday, and my brother Jesse. And I've realized that there's parts of me that show up very righteous. I know. I know that I know that I know. I've studied, blah, blah, blah. And then I also realize that that's a part of me that needs to die. The part that wants to justify what I've been through, justify my knowledge, justify that I'm right. I have receipts, I have film, I have pictures, I have text, I have it all. Let's go to court, okay? And you will be found guilty. But then I think about love. And what is the cost of me being right and righteous and knowing it all? And when you get your shit together, come see me. If I'm the cause in the matter, what would I do? That's the question that love brings me. And it's the question that's helped guides me to some of the decisions that I'm making every single day. There was a family member who I was at odds with, and I had my justification of things. And this family member reached out to me and asked for a favor. Yet I was like, I didn't get an apology, or like you didn't acknowledge what happened last time. But I put it down in service to love. It's like, what is it that you need? If I'm able to do it, I will do it. I do that for many friends miles away. There's someone in the same city, and I'm preaching love. And here am I being righteous as fuck. So in this favor, I said yes. Something happened that was magical within that would never have happened if I didn't put my righteousness down. And I got home and I'm getting it more and more. I'm returning to that place where it's in the surrender that the magic lies, the healing and everything. So thank can you just give me 1 second? Almost done. My dad is home. Like seriously? Like I'm triple 20? Knock, knock, knock. I love my life.